Hi everyone, it's CindyDracula. This is my first booktube video on this channel, and I thought I would do the Booktube Newbie Tag in order to start a back and forth and see what's going on. The first question is, why did you start this channel? Because my sister and I have a ton of really cool conversations about books, about things that we're going through, themes that books touch on that we expand upon. And I thought, I want to talk to somebody about these things. So this is fun because people in the booktube community like talking about these type of things, oftentimes like reading the same things, so this is why I started this channel. I really want someone to talk to. Not only that, but it's going to force me to discover who I am as a person, because I gotta tell you, I am a composite of TV shows that I've watched, of booktubers that I admire, and in the past when I've tried starting a channel, I just couldn't be myself. I'm gonna tell you right now. Initially, I used to really watch Poland and Banana books, Sasha Alsberg, and like all of those type of videos, right? They're very peppy, very upbeat. And I tried starting a channel years back, and I was trying to put on that persona, and ooh, I felt like I was a clown. Not that they are, because that's who they are and it works well, but I felt like I had to be peppy and upbeat, and girl, that just is not me. So if work ever finds out about this and they're like, what's up with you? I'm gonna be like, I am off the clock. You do not get professional me right now. You get homie, Anyway, I'm not gonna tell anybody that I'm making these videos. So that's why I'm on Booktube, because I want to be my authentic self, talking about books and fun things and, fun shit like that with you guys. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I'm not sure that I can bring anything that other people haven't brought, Everybody is different. Everyone's channels are different. I feel you can maybe connect to individual YouTubers depending on your taste. So maybe there are people out there that are like, yo, I really like the way Cindy talks about these books, or I like the type of books that Cindy reads. If you like my shit, then we friends now. All right? So new and unique things I can bring, just my personality. If I vibe with somebody, then yeah. Number 3, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I am excited to delve deeper into topics, because as it is right now, I am just an observer. I'm never a participant. I'm only a participant when I talk to people within my existing group. But I want to talk to other people that don't already know me, because I feel that when you already have a clique, like I already have my group of friends, whatever I say, they're already amicable. Or if I talk to people at work, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, like that's really, everyone's too nice. Like I don't want too nice. Obviously there's gotta be niceness, right? You gotta be nice. But what I'm saying is, when you're on the internet, you come across opinions that people won't tell you to your face. But yeah, like what am I excited about? I'm excited about meeting new people. I'm excited about connecting with people. I want to get out of my little bubble. I live in a small town, in a small farm town, and I gotta tell you, growing up, people acted like I was Satan or something. Doesn't help that I kind of... See, I embraced it. It's their fault that I'm like this. I could have been like something completely different if people weren't already like, ooh, ahí va la bruja, Number 4, why do you love reading? Well, I also like watching TV, but let me tell you why I like reading over TV. When I'm watching, let's say, okay, I started reading Game of Thrones, right? So I started reading them, and it was very detailed. It was very vivid. I could imagine the whole thing. I felt like I was in the story. I knew everybody. I was a part of it. I lived in Westeros, damn it, Then I started watching the show afterwards, and I thought, if I hadn't read the books first, I would be so lost right now, because they kind of move too fast. They gloss over everything. And while I really, really enjoyed the show, I felt like I was just an observer, versus when I was reading the books, I felt like I was in there. So that's why I like reading a lot, because I just feel like I'm a part of something. that really are just markings on paper, you know, just vividly hallucinating. So beautiful. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? You know, I kind of on and off have read things growing up, so I don't think there was any one book. There have been books that have stayed with me for sure, have made an impression, but no one book. I remember when I read The Secret Garden in 5th grade, I was like, I finished a whole book all by myself. 10-year-old me was thrilled, and then that kind of motivated me to pick up more books because I knew that I could read books. Then I read A Wrinkle in Time in 6th grade, and I was like, this cover is some creepy shit. It's like the old cover, not the new pretty cover. It's like really gloomy, has like a big weird centaur guy in the front. Then after that, 7th grade, I read a couple of Lois Duncan books, Gallows Hill, Stranger with My Face, dealt with astral projection and shit, like, and then the Salem Witch Trials. Shit was lit. So after that, you know, just here and there until 2013 when I started a book club with my best friend, and then we consistently started reading books. And then we started reading YA books, and then over time we gradually expanded and read a bunch of different things, and then now we're kind of all over the place. Number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? How they kind of found their stride? Because I gotta tell you, I feel like I don't know how to act. I'm trying to be my most genuine self, but then sometimes I get the inclination to just kind of smile a little extra because I know I'm on camera, and I'm like, cut that shit out. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to just be talking to somebody. I'm gonna put my sister's picture like right here off to the side so that it feels like I'm talking to her. So if I ever call any of y'all sis, or you know, it feels like I'm talking to one person, now you know why. You know, until I get my stride. So yeah, pretty much I want to ask them, how did you figure yourself out? Much like writers need to write a lot to figure out their writing style, I feel like if I'm going to be making videos, I need to make a lot first until I figure out what kind of YouTuber I am, what kind of booktuber I am, because right now I don't know. I'm just talking to a camera about shit I like. I think that's a good start. Question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Editing. Ugh. No me gusta. I don't like it. I don't like editing. Like I said, I've tried making YouTube videos in the past, and that was always the most boring part. If I can pawn this shit on someone else and just send them the raw footage and be like, hey, here, you put it together, because I don't want to, and I would totally do that because I don't like editing. It's not fun for me. I like filming and talking about the material, but I don't like doing the mechanics of it. Number 8. When did you start reading? I don't know. 5th grade. I work at an elementary school right now. I know, shocking. Believe me, no. I wear cardigans. You can't see right now in this image, but you know, I kind of got tattoos a little bit everywhere. No, when I'm at work, I wear cardigans because I'm a librarian there, you know. I wear wigs because I don't have a lot of hair either. I mean, I can go, you know, all cute and short, but I was bald before and I didn't want to show up like that. So no, I work at an elementary school, but I don't look anything like this. So I know a lot of kids at the elementary level that are already reading chapter books. They're like super ahead. Reading is huge. I can't remember that being a thing in elementary school for me. I feel like nobody really pushed me to read. I just kind of, I'll just read it, I guess, because it's here. I don't have a lot of memories from that time, honestly. So when did I start reading? I don't know. I always just kind of did. Off and on. Until, like I said, 2013 is when my life changed and like books became a staple in my life. So 2013 to now, I've just been reading a lot. Number 9, where do you read? Physically, where do I read? When I have time and I have nowhere to be, I'm just at home, you know? If I want to feel like I'm going out and doing something, I will go to a coffee shop, buy some coffee, sit down, and be all casually literate, you know? Be all cute for for the public. Be like, oh, look at that girl, she cute and she reads. No, not really. I don't like people talk. I don't like it when people talk to me in public when I'm reading. I mean, or maybe when I'm not either. Anyway, I read on my phone when I'm waiting in line. I listen to audiobooks when I'm driving. Just whenever and wherever, however I can. I'm not picky. I like Kindles, I like hardcovers, I like audiobooks, I like all of it. And lastly, what kind of books do you like to read? I have checked my Goodreads profile and I've gone through the ones that I have given 5 stars to the most, and it turns out I like fantasy the most, and that definitely surprised me because I thought I did maybe contemporary more, but no. So fantasy, a lot of 5 stars. So I guess, yeah, I read a lot of fantasy. I like science fiction. An example that comes to mind is Andy Weir's The Martian. Amazing. Of course, your Harry Potters, and I love Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. See, that's still fantasy and sci-fi. What else? I used to read a lot of YA, and now I don't so much unless it's fantasy, because YA does fantasy very well. Lately I've been on a kick. I've been reading tons of erotica, a ton of it. But I go through phases. One day I'll just read a ton of this, and then a couple months later I'll just read a ton of this, and then I'll be in a literary fiction mood, and then I'll just be reading that. Oh, like lately I've been in a vampire mood, and maybe that's why my name is CindyDracula now, because I recently finished Bram Stoker's Dracula, and then I watched the BBC series, and I watched a couple of different adaptations, and I'm all about vampires. I mean, I've been all about vampires since Blade, but it's just a resurgence, and I'm all about it right now. So I'll go through moods. I was all about the Salem witch trials at one point. Sometimes I'll be into true crime. The only thing I've never really read are westerns. I read the first book in the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, and it's very heavy western elements. And while it was okay, I was like, I don't like this too much. But they were like, no, you got to keep reading it because it's an amazing series, and the first book is just kind of And I was like, well, that's not a promise. I don't want to have to like read the first book, whatever. But I get it now, because my first videos I anticipate to suck until I get my footing. So Stephen King, you forgiven. And that's all of the questions. If you have any other questions for me, I will happily answer those. I want to get to know a lot of people in the community. I'm going to be watching a lot of other newbie tags, as well as other booktubers that I've already watched and I love. So I hope to be consistent with this, because I am known to give up on shit really quickly because I get all excited and then I don't want to do it anymore. And then the editing business, we'll see. I am pretty busy. That's what I want to say. So this channel, while it is going to be central to books, I also want to talk about things like my work life. Because I am a librarian. Well, library technician technically, because I don't make the librarian bucks. They make more money. But I'm a library technician at an elementary school right now. So I want to talk about, that kind of stuff. I'm also a mama, and I am very, very, very much honored about reading. And what are you reading? And, book levels and all that crap. So maybe we'll talk about that. I also go to school. I am in the master's program for English literature. So maybe we'll talk about that too, as long as it is all centered around booktube theme things. So I hope you stick around, and I hope this is your jam, and I hope we can be friends. All right, see y'all later.